Hello, and today we are now at lesson 8, array. So, what is array? Array are complex variable that allows us to store more than one value or a group of value under a single variable name. Below is a sample of index array. So, an index array stores each array element with a numeric index. The following example shows the easiest way of creating an index array. So this is the example of how you create an index array. So we have a variable named colors, and it has three values, which is red, white, and blue. So it is the value is this three value is now stored here at this identifier colors, and colors is our index array. Now let's go to our Visual Studio Code, and I have here open a folder named demo. So this is the folder we worked last lesson. So inside this demo, we have the resources, views, and I already created the directory demo. Now inside this directory demo, these are the previous program, which is demo 1, demo 2, and the layout blade. So this is the layout we created on the previous lesson. So we have here HTML 5 and a title demo with a directive yield with the name of my title. And another one inside the H1, we have another yield directive, then with the name of topic. And inside below the HR, we have another yield, which is the name is content. So below yield content, we have here BR, so to produce space, and the copyright 2000 and the date and the year today. So this will be the output when we call the layout.blade.php. Now let's go to demo 4.blade.php. So demo4.php use the layout that I discussed a while ago. So it is located at demo, and the file name is layout. This one, layout.blade.php. So in order for us to access demo.layout, we use the extend directives. Now we have here section my title. So remember, in the layout we have uh, my title, yield my title. So whatever we write on the second arguments, which is array, it will be displayed here at this location, which is the title bar will have, or the tab bar will have demo dash, then the value of the my title, which is array. Then the other section, which is with the name of topic will receive or will be yielded as array and for each. Then the another one, the third section, which is content, will display these lines of code from line 5 to line 12. So at this part, it will be displayed here. Now, inside this section content is a coding that we do in PHP when we discuss the array. So here is how we type it in PHP. This is the way how we code it in PHP. So same with the example in our PDF. We use the color array, or the identifier color with a value of red, white, and blue. So same as here, we have red, white, and blue. Now we could copy the format that we have in the PDF for readability. Okay, so we have red. Okay, So medyo malayo. Red, then blue. So then we have a termination that we know that the array is done. Okay, this is how we write in PHP. Okay, now I will convert this one to later. Before I convert this one to a Laravel way, a Blade way of writing the code, so I'll just try it first to show you what will be the output. Okay, so this is the code and with a file name of demo for.blade.php. So let's go to our route and see whether we have route for demo for.blade. Okay, now this is our route, and so far we don't have route for our demo 4. We only have for welcome, demo 1, and demo 2. So let's create a route. For the meantime, let's create a route. Copy and paste. And let's say that this, when we type demo 4, it will load a view of demo 4. Okay, now that we have our route, we could test our demo 4. Now let's save the changes here in demo 4. File, save, and let's load the developmental server of Laravel. So we type PHP artisan serve, enter, shift click. So this is the default. So we type demo 4. So this will be the output. So we have red, white, and blue. Okay. So this is the name inside the title element or HTML title. The title tag. This is the H1 and the footer that we have copyright 2020. Okay, let's go back to the code and analyze the code. So the in line 6 to line 10, this is the code wherein we create an array that contains 3 values, which is red, white, and blue. Okay, then in line 11, we have here a PHP command echo that would display UL or will display UL. And for line 12, we have here a for each statement. This is a for each, meaning to say every value containing colors will be transferred here. Like for example, the first value would be red. So red will be transferred to color, and now color red will be printed with an LI. Then it will do the loop until it reaches blue. So the last color is blue. Then it will be saved dun sa color, and LI blue. So that's the reason this is the output that we receive in our browser. Okay, now we could change this in a PHP, in a Laravel or Blade way of coding. So let's try to convert this code. So if we're going to use Blade, actually we are using Blade. Now if we want to convert this in a Laravel, we don't need echo. Okay, so meaning to say we're going to close our PHP here. Okay, then instead of for each, we will going to use a directive for each and eliminate this curl. So instead of this curl, to denote the closing tag. So we use the directive end for each for that. Okay, end for each. Okay, and we just eliminate echo and UL. Now inside the for each statement, we don't need echo anymore. Li and the concatenation, we will just remove the concatenation. This concatenation, remove natin, and that one. Okay, so what else? So this is a variable. Okay, this is a variable in PHP, and we're going to display the value of this. So we will use the shortcut double curl. So double curl is a shortcut for echo and PHP then echo. Okay, so we want to display color. Okay, and this closing tag already transferred here. Okay, now we already convert our code to a blade format. Okay, going to save it again, save, and let's try if the code will change or it will have an error. So same result, okay, same result. So now we have our code. Okay, now what's next? So you will see in our code that there are two difference between this part of the code and this one. This one is displayed in the browser, and this one are only the logic of our code. So all the logic or all the logic that we declared should not be here. Bali, ang lalabas lang supposed to be in your views would be all that are for displaying of information. Like, for example, ano lang yung mga information na i-display mo, yun lang supposed to be, will appear on your views. But this one, hindi naman ito nag-a-appear sa views. Okay, hindi naman ito nag-a-appear sa views. So, lumalabas, this is just a logic part of your program. This is only a logic. So, supposed to be, hindi dapat to dito nakalocate. So, we will transfer this line of code to our controller. And this one will remain here in our view. Okay? Okay. So, before we transfer this logic or this line of codes, we're just going to create a controller. Okay, I'm going to terminate the connection for us to create a controller. Now, to create a controller, we use PHP artisan, then make, then specify controller, that we are creating a controller. Now, what will be the name of your controller? Let's say, for example, the name of your controller would be demo, then controller. So go to the controller that is located at apps, HTTP, and controller. Now, in our demo folder, we only have one controller, which is controller.php. So that is the only controller we have here. Now, upon pressing this enter, it will generate another controller with the name of demo controller. Okay, I'm going to press the enter now. So controller created successfully. So we have another controller here, as you can see, which is demo controller.php. This is the controller we created using the artisan command make controller. Okay, so I'm going to load again the development server. So PHP artisan serve. Okay, now that we have our demo controller, let's load our demo controller. This is our demo controller. It is blank. Okay, let's create a class. Okay, let's create a function, okay, for our demo controller. So let's type public, okay, function, and the name of our function, let's say index, then open close parenthesis, curl, then enter. Okay, so let's type return, and that's it. Let's use return for the meantime, semicolon. So we have already our index. Now, uh, I said a while ago that we're going to transfer this line of code in our controller. So I'm going to cut and transfer it to our controller. So I'm going to paste it. So this is now the array is now transferred to our controller in our inside the index. Okay, what else? So I'm going to clean this up. So only the remaining codes is for the views of our demo, which is the red, white, and blue. Okay. Now let's go back to the controller demo. Okay. Now the objective is to transfer the value of the array in our views. So we're going to transfer this value, the value of our array, to demo 4 to here. So how do we do that? Now, before we transfer it, let's have view. Okay, view. And inside the view, we should specify the path where the demo 4 is located. So demo, then demo 4. Okay, save. So I'm going to save my work first. Save. Okay, so these are the code for our demo code. Now, for us to transfer the values of color, which is red, white, and blue, to demo 4, okay, we need this additional command in our view. So we have this pointing with width. This is the name that we're going to name our variable and the variable that we use for our array. Okay, the name of our array is colors. Then what is the name that we're going to be using when we transfer when we pass the value of the variable in demo 4? Okay, we have here colors, so that is the reason why we specify colors here. This colors is the name of our array, and this is the name that we're going to use for our variable in demo 4. Okay, here. Okay, now that we are done, I'm going to check. So we have to change our route. In our route, we uses the old way of calling the, we don't yet display, we don't have the controller yet when we use this route. Now that we have our route, we're going to eliminate this and let's use a route. So remove muna natin. Okay, remove natin. Now we have to know the name of our controller. So the name of our controller is demo controller. We will just add here square bracket, capital D, demo controller. then double colon, and class. What is the name of the class that we create? So the name is, I think that is index. Okay, index. Now that we have our demo, what else? We should have our route, or we should have the path, or what is the name of our controller that we need to declare here, the line 4, the controller that we need in order for us to access demo controller. We should specify it here in line 4. So we type use, then app, okay, capital A, then followed by HTTP, capital HTTPs, then inside the controller, followed by the name of our controller, which is demo controller. Okay, that's it. Then semicolon. Okay, so far I think, okay, so we're good to go. Let's try our code. So reload, and we have an error. Okay, we have an error. Index does not exist, so meaning to say we don't have our index yet, or we need to save our work in demo controller. Okay, demo controller. We'll just need to save our file in demo. So we don't need it. So we have to save it. Okay, and let's try again. Now it's working. Okay. Okay. So this is the way of how you would create an array. You will separate the logic from your views. So this is how you use your controller. This is how you maximize your controller. All the logic should be located here at the controller, and all the display that we're going to display, or all the information that we're going to display in our browser, should be right here in our view. Okay, that's it. So we have another way of calling or transferring or passing a value to our uh, browser, or to our demo4.blade. Okay, so instead of using read, we use compact. So we're going to erase this one. Okay, compact here, comma, then compact color. Okay, compact is a PHP function that will get, or will pass, uh, that will get array names, and and it will pass an array. It will receive a value. It will get the value of the array and pass it. Okay, it will have a returning value of an array. So let's try if this compact works. So before I go out in the browser, so I have to save my work. So let's see what will happen. So there is no error. Okay, there's no error committed. So that's it. So let's add another color here, so to know whether this one is working. So let's say, for example, yellow. Yellow. And save the work and go to the browser. So we have yellow. Okay. Now that we successfully separate the views from controller, okay, and we use a different method of transferring values from demo to controller, from controller to views. So we have two ways. We have the width and the compact. Okay. So I'm going to show you the code for our web.php. Okay, web.php. So these are the only codes that we added, this route and this one. Okay, for our demo controller, we add another class. We have index. Okay, index, and inside the index, this is the logic of our code. We transfer it here, and we use compact to transfer the value of our array. Okay, so inside demo 4, this is the code that allows us to display the value of colors inside the list. Okay, UL list. Okay, so save the work, and this is our output. Okay, so you need to do the activity here. Okay, we have an activity here, which is demo 5, if I'm not mistaken. We have here demo 5. This is the sample output that you were going to create. Actually, you are not going to create. You're going to copy and paste this code, what we have in our PDF. So the code is already given. So this is the code for demo 5.blade. So you just copy it. Okay. Now for the demo controller, you're going to create a controller which has the name of demo controller.php. And you're going to add the values right there. So you will name your function or your class as demo 5, and you will going to use compact, then the names. Okay, so those are the code are already given, and let's see if you could create or could do the activity. Now inside the activity, you will see there the dollar loop index, or the special variable, which is special dollar loop variable. Here are the property of loop, the special loop variable, and their description. Some of the uh, properties are used in the code that you're going to create, okay, in the demo 5 here. So you will see the difference between the property to another property. Okay, so this activity is preparation for the laboratory activity that I'm going to give you after you have created this activity, which is demo 5. Okay, so the laboratory will activity that we will be I will be posting the laboratory activity in the LMS. I think maybe tomorrow we're going to submit it if you successfully created this sit work. Okay, so that's it for today. Bye.